This is my reflection on the Coach Project. So this was a long and comprehensive project that began for me really in May of 2016 when I accepted the strategic initiative request from the school to begin this task force on assessing our essential competencies. Over the summer, in developing the Coach Project, it became clear to me that the work of the task force was going to be much greater in scope than the project could hope to contain. So I identified really clear goals for the project, which were basically to do the research and to coordinate and lay the groundwork for the e-portfolio system that we will eventually implement at Oregon Episcopal School. In order to do this, the members of the task force needed to be brought up to speed on what the current best practices are for authentic assessment in the pre-K to 12 space. So through this program of regular monthly meetings with continual conversation in Haiku discussion tool between meetings and with homework where task force members researched and then communicated together using technology about what they'd learned, we created a really technology-rich experience where the teachers and the administrators in the group really came to develop their capacity for understanding both assessment and to use technology to drive assessment. Throughout this, I acted as the coach, helping people to use the tools and designing and implementing some of the strategies. In the end, what we have by mid-December is really a good understanding within the group of what will be necessary to have a kind of local, authentic assessment strategy that moves pre-K to 12 using a tool like perhaps Google Sites or perhaps using Google Classroom as that evolves, or even in the older grades developing a WordPress site for every student which will hold their e-portfolio when they leave. We're also beginning to have a conversation about what the Mastery Transcript Consortium means for our school and the possibility of developing a kind of e-portfolio database as an alternative to the tools that we're currently thinking about. So overall, this project has been a big success, I believe. It's met its goals and it's met its objectives. And for me, as the leader of the task force and the person developing this coach project and the person who is sort of examining his own learning and development as a technology coach, I'm really pleased with what we've done. I feel good about having modeled appropriate use of technology for these people on the task force. And I think that they've come to a good understanding of how technology can be supportive of this work. There is some discussion about the need for a portfolio system like this, and I believe that that ongoing conversation is an important one. So not only do coaches need, of course, the content knowledge about technology, I truly believe that for the coaches to fulfill those ISTE standards, for instance, number one, to have visionary leadership, they're going to have an understanding of the principles of good leadership. And one of the things that's clear to me is that moving toward this e-portfolio system is not only about technology, but it's also about building consensus within the group and then building consensus with the teachers pre-K to 12 in the school administration and as a private independent school, also with our board of trustees, that this is the direction to go. So that's all part of the work of this task force. It's not simply designing the right tool and making the right argument, but it's about building consensus and bringing people into the process such that there will be complete buy-in when we launch this. It's clear to me that the e-portfolio system will fail if everyone isn't on board and recognizes its value and is committed to do the work to make it successful. So I think that the Coach Project that I've done with this group beginning really in late August and through the middle of December in 2016 has really laid the groundwork for that very well. So I think the Coach Project's been a success.